We witnessed last week the president visiting the Talanta Stadium, which has been able to employ over 3,000 young people, 300. So that is a very clear case of employment. And also we've had many other initiatives, like jobs abroad, as you have said it, the teachers that have been employed, over 76,000 teachers. We are soon going to employ police. So we are trying our level best. We have digital jobs also that have already been able to benefit of 190,000 youth. 693,000 youth have been benefited from the digital literacy program. We have the Jitumbe hubs. We just visited one in Kajiado at Masai National Polytechnic. So there are opportunities in the affordable housing, over 240,000 jobs that have been created because of the 130,000 houses that are being done here. We have the special economic zones. We went to Narok, to Naivasha, sorry, I beg your pardon. And we even found one that is operating there and others that are starting, a biscuit manufacturing company, and another one that is going to do electric vehicles. We're inviting many people to come so that jobs can be available to Kenyans. So the government is really doing very well in terms of ensuring that we get jobs for Kenyans. And now for those who are going abroad, it's not just equal to get a visa and travel. We have to get a letter showing clearly that you have employment. And we have been able to repatriate those that were in danger in Thailand. I personally got those, calls, distress calls, and I was able to liaise with the PS Rosemary Jobu, and we are very happy that they are back home. So Kenyans, be careful. Don't just say that you are going to work abroad. You have to be very, very, very clear that you have a letter of employment, an offer letter that is verifiable. And we are taking a minimum of 4 days to ensure that we verify whether that offer is actually valid and is genuine. But we want many Kenyans out there because we have been able to get over $4 billion, over $590 billion in the last 1 year. And that is helping so many families because remittances are direct to families, and that is what is sustaining many of our rural economies. And then the other issue that we have spoken about is the issue of GMK. Yes, we've collected a lot of money, but we're also paying debt a lot. If you look at our budget, we are paying debt over 1 trillion shillings out of the 4.2 trillion. So yes, we collect, yes, but we are also paying debt and also with the interest. So what we are doing as a country is to reduce external borrowing because it is dollar denominated or foreign currency and it's very expensive. But if we borrow here domestically, 75% is a new target, so that then we are able to leverage on that. Although we also need to have more money for local investment so that we don't crowd out local investors. And one of the things that we must credit this government is to reduce the interest rates. They were as high of 23-24, now they are as low as 16-17% if you are borrowing money. And that means that we are able now to get it more affordable. And it's going to go lower and lower. In fact, even our shilling would be less than 100. We are just trying to make sure that we manage the volatility. But in actual sense, it's going to go lower. Of course, we also expect reduced cost of fuel, because globally, due to the US tariffs, the global oil prices have actually plummeted. And so therefore, we are going to see this, reflecting on the pump very, very soon. And of course, encouraging also people to go green, because we are the environmental capital of the world. As you may be aware, we have a lot of huge investment of making the UN complex here in Nairobi to be more prominent and to be equal to other places like New York and other places, and Geneva and all of that. So we are in progress. In fact, I can say this with a lot of certainty. This administration has outdone itself. Given the circumstances, it has outdone itself. Forget the propaganda and the negative publicity. Because there are people who thought that we would not even last 3 months after we came to power. But here we are. We've done already 2.5 years. And going forward, we will now start seeing the true fruits of our investment. We made painful and difficult decisions, but now we are starting to see the leverage of that. If you look at the corporates, many of them have been able to declare profitability, like KQ, 5.42 billion shillings in terms of profit after 11 years of loss or beyond. And then you see the same case with Kenya Power. You see the same case with the banks, like cooperative banks. What does that tell you? But we are stable. We are stable and we are moving forward. But let's give credit where it is due. We may make a lot of, we may make our suggestions widely known, But by the end of the day, personally, where I stand as a government spokesperson, objectively, I believe that we have done extremely well. We can do better when we work collectively, when there is a collective sense of purpose going forward. Asanteni sana.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That press will be made available to you shortly. Asanteni sana, and see you very soon, preferably maybe next week. Asante.